All right, Tony Snark back at the Black Comic Book Fest here in Harlem, and I'm speaking with
Javier Cruz Winnik.
Okay, Javier, tell me how things going for you this weekend.
It's lovely. I'm so happy to be here and be a part of the Black Comic Book Festival. I've been at comic book conventions across the country, even as far south as Puerto Rico, as far west as Seattle, and I'm just so happy to see another Black Comic Book Festival, another festival that shows people of color in comic books and gives us a spotlight and an opportunity to show the world that we are mainstream.
Awesome. You know, I met you a few years ago at the New York Comic Con, and the reason why I was so fascinated with your work is because you have a book called A Reason to Smile. Can you talk about that a little bit?
So A Reason to Smile was born out of the desire for me to be able to create without having to submit to every single company in the world and wait for somebody else to deem my work worthy, while at the same time knowing that the students that I was teaching at the time had no books that had Puerto Rican characters in it, had very few books that had females in it, and had no comic books without violence in it. So I wanted to be able to take those things and say, you know, we can do a story that's entertaining and fun, and still give you that message that you used to get back in the 80s when at the end of the cartoon you got one to grow on, or and knowing is half the battle. You can still get all that stuff and still be entertained. You know, like KRS One said, it's edutainment.
Yes.
And I want to be a part of the change that I want to see.
So you've come out with 2 books. Are we looking at book 3?
Oh my Lord, you don't understand, man. I've got 3 more books that are almost fleshed out, with a 4th book that I have an idea for.
Nice.
So I've already written a beginning readers book for families that have kids that are not old enough for A Reason to Smile, but still need this type of story in their life that shows positivity and self-reliance. Then after that's done, I'm going to be doing a chapter book, and it's going to be called A Reason to Smile, Hello New Kid.
Wow.
And that's going to be a chapter book, so kids that might not be so much into comic books but still like to read still get the story and still get Luisa and positive Puerto Rican pop culture. After that, we're going to have volume 3, which is going to showcase the kids that are friends with Luisa and the expansion of their imagination to help show how far you can take your imagination when you have fun with your friends. And then I've come up with an idea for volume 4 where the goody two-shoes that Luisa can be, she's not really a goody two-shoes, but she's a really good kid. But as good kids happen to do, she makes mistakes.
Yes.
And because she makes a mistake, she's got to deal with the repercussions, and Daddy's not going to be too happy with that. So you're going to see how Luisa has to deal with the repercussions of her actions, just like any other kid would have to.
Right. Okay, speaking about Puerto Rico a lot, and I've just been dying to ask you this question, but how do you feel about being a part of the Puerto Rican Strong Anthology?
I'm extremely excited. It's going to be my first published work in comics across the country. I self-publish, but it's a very big difference from doing your own work and putting all the work in yourself and trying to get it out to the masses than having somebody else do that and show your work. And it's going to be published by Lion Forge, which I'm really excited about because I love the fact that it's Black-owned and that it's an up-and-coming company. It's going to be like the next Valiant, the next Dark Horse. So it's like for my work to be in their book, it's an extreme honor. On top of the fact that not only are those things great for me, but the book is going to benefit Puerto Rico. We're finally going to get a story in the mainstream media, in pop culture, that is just about us. We never have that. And it's always about, whenever it's anything Puerto Rican, is we're drug dealers, we're drug addicts, we're poor, we are thieves, we are criminals. We're never good people. And I need us to see the good in us. I need to see it myself, because I have my days when I'm frustrated and I'm struggling, and I need something I can't always rely on myself. So it's great that another company is doing that for us and making us feel like we're worth something.
I totally agree. I personally can't wait for it as well. And
I'm so excited to see your story, man.
Thank you.
When we met, you were on the cusp of doing your writing.
Yeah.
So it was really cool to see that your book came out. We've seen each other at other festivals and stuff.
Yep.
So it's good to see now, not only are you in a literary format, you are also in a comic book format.
Yep.
So we're both growing. It's really great to see.
It's great to be in a work together.
Yeah.
So it's I think it just shows how far we've come over the years.
Oh yeah.
Thank you so much. Where can people find you on social media?
So I frequent Instagram. My username on that is The Learning Curve. So The Learning CURV. You can find me also on Facebook under The Curve, as well as on Twitter as The Learning Curve. Somebody took The Learning Curve. I was kind of upset about that, but I still kept the hood. And then shoot me an email, hit me up on social media, and we'll get you a reason to smile.
Wow. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Thank you as well, bro.
That was awesome.